Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. Another day, another free, good quality track for us to try out. This is Deca Training Facility, and whilst MX Bikes' I guess, rendering doesn't do it much justice, if I zoom way in, you can see that there's actually a lot of detail, and it looks like a normal track. But when I zoom out, it basically turns to Play-Doh. So take no notice of this. Interesting that that it's DTF, because I mean I'm DTF. If anyone wants to slide in the DMs, hit me up. January 16th today, when you should be watching this. Also my birthday. I officially am an extra old man. I have hit 28 years of age, which is absolutely disgusting. And probably doing a live stream tonight, if anyone's interested. So feel free to stop by and give any birthday wishes if you would like to. But that is enough of that. Let's get into this track. This is Baked Minotaurs' most recent creation, and looks pretty damn good, if I'm honest. He says it's meant to be rough, it's meant to be choppy, so you are going to have to slow down for certain parts of the track, which I always am a fan of. And I'm going to ride the 450 again, and I'm just going to rock the same suspension that I've been rocking throughout Supercross, because it's fairly soft anyway, so it should have no trouble. I mean, some of these are some big boys, to be fair. We shall see. Let's get into it.
For all of you passionate gamers, you can now get 20% off all G Fuel products worldwide by using code LINS at checkout. And for any of you motorheads looking for some new drip or apparel, use code MXPR_LINS15 fxrracing.eu to get 15% off. All links and codes are in the description down below. Enjoy the video and drop a cheeky little like and subscribe.
Now, I 100% will be needing the map on today, so we're going to see how this goes. And I'm recording this video on the 15th, so I've not really got to do a whole lot on my birthday. There's chances of the next game update coming out like after this gets released, so I'm very curious to see if that will be the case. It just goes through really the whole adding lean help, lean help 0 being on or off in server manager on the server side of things, and then also, am I going the wrong way? No, I'm going the right way. And then it also goes through like some very minute physics changes, just to hopefully speed up how quickly you can scrub the bike, because that was a big issue that a lot of people have when it comes to lean help 0 versus lean help 1, is like they can scrub a lot harder on 0 and it doesn't feel like the bike's fighting you as much, and they're trying to address that a little bit more. So we shall see. We'll see if the update has come out between now and then, but let's give this track a little bit of a go. Now, I'm upping things today. Usually I run about 1 erode for these videos. I'm now running 1.8, and reason being is in my, I guess, kind of solo testing / practice that I do off stream and in between race to race, I've been just upping the erode a bunch, and there's something that's been very satisfying to me recently, and I'm guessing it's to do with how capable the new OEM bikes really have been at handling rough stuff. But deep ruts now seem really enjoyable to me. I'm enjoying the process of having to like force myself to slow down in corners, trying to jump my way through braking bumps, and just trying to be really precise in narrow ruts. I'm really enjoying it. And what I've also started doing as well, which I probably should have done a video on at some point, but I feel like the moment's passed, is after San Francisco was really wet IRL, I went in game and put the weather on rainy, so I've got rain coming down on my goggles the whole time. I cranked the road up to about 3 times, and the track is roughing up just really nicely. If you've not given rainy tracks a go since the new OEM / tyres release, definitely try it out, because it's slipperier. You can tell it's slipperier, but as long as you're like a little bit gentle on the throttle when you try and avoid all of that rear wheel spin, you can still hit all the same lines that you can in the dry. So I'm a big fan of that. I think they've done a pretty damn good job. It'll be interesting to see what future updates are looking like. You have to bear with me for the first 1 or 2 laps around here, because I've never seen this track before in my life. It is well, when I say 1-to-1 scale, it has been LiDAR scanned, so in terms of the height map and, you know, like the elevation, it is all 1-to-1 how it should be. But Minotaurs has said that he's upped the scaling about 35% or so to make it work with in-game as best as it can do. Because if you take anything from real life and put it exactly 1-to-1 on this game, I'm not sure exactly what it is, if just the scaling of the rider and the bikes in general in the game is just way off. But everything is tiny, basically. That's the best way of putting it. So everything does have to be upscaled ever so slightly, which is good. It's nice that he actually wants to take the time to make it ride as good as it can do in game. And I'm liking the kind of like the orangey kind of dirt. Now, obviously I've not seen it. I know it's a real track I think it's in Fountain, Florida. But it reminds me a little bit of some tracks that we get in the UK, more so around like Devonish kind of area where you get that red slash orangey kind of clayey sandy base, and not ridden it a whole lot in my life. Used to do it more back when I was on like 85s or so, and we'd go traveling a bit further to go riding, which kind of gives me that sort of feel, which is really nice. Obviously it never got this light, like this here is super light, but it's got more of an orangey reddish base underneath, and it looks fairly bright and in your face, a lot brighter than I'm used to from Minotaur's tracks. He's usually one of the people that kind of likes the more greys or like a darker brownish texture on his tracks. So it's interesting to see him switch it up a bit, but that could literally just be because this is how this track looks IRL when he's replicating it. I don't know. I've never seen it, so I get to experience these places in-game. And I've been a bit jealous recently. Me and Charlie, you know, we've been sat in Discord calls, like sharing screens, going through Instagram or TikTok Reels, and you see all these just amazing, like perfectly graded tracks over in the US, and it does give me the motocross bug. It does give me the itch a little bit. And today, basically, well, yesterday, at the point you're watching this, Monday the 15th of January, we've kind of hopping back on the grind a little bit, but more so not in terms of just trying to get wham, basically, not just trying to get super big and strong, more so trying to go down the just getting fit route, if that makes sense. So then when we do next come onto the bike, outside of the arms just seizing up after 2-3 laps, because arm pump and bike fitness being a thing, hopefully we don't just get too out of breath straight away, which would be nice. I'd really enjoy being able to hop on a bike and do more than 2 laps at a time. And I started a little group chat just between me and him, where it's kind of just like a place to keep updated with each other. So every single Monday we take, bearing in mind the body pose will be relaxed, but we'll take 2 pictures, one from the front, one from the side, and then we just put in like our body weight at the time as well. And then hopefully come summertime, we should be in a pretty damn good place, and I'm very excited for it. What it means is right now I'm just trying to get 1, possibly 2 days ahead in terms of videos, so that then I can just get up in the morning, you know, eat, go to the gym, all that good stuff, without having to worry about videos, and I can do videos kind of in the afternoon before I stream. Because right now the schedule's awful, by the way. I'll wake up maybe like 10 or 11ish, quickly do a video that I have to then record, edit, upload, all before 4 o'clock my time. So it doesn't give you much wiggle room, to be honest. So I'm planning on probably changing the upload schedule again. You know, but back in the day, only a couple months ago, it used to be 8 AM for me, which is maybe about midnight to 2 AM, depending on where you're from in the US. Usually about, obviously, 8 AM for the UK, 9 AM for most of Europe. And I'm thinking of going back to that, just because then I can record the night before and have it ready for the next day, and it just frees me up a little bit, because I've got myself into a really bad routine right now, which I do want to change. That is a hell of a big jump. Holy. Yeah, I think 450 was the right decision to go around here. I really do. I'm a bit conscious that I'm just taking the same lines over and over again. No, let's get down that bad boy. The only bad thing is, of course, I would choose the day before my birthday to try and start being a bit more conscious about what I'm eating again. And I guarantee I'm probably going to have the fattest cake ever. Well, today when you're watching this. So maybe I'll give myself that one cheat day and then we'll go back to it. Because there's not really any, I guess, important events after birthday up until Christmas, when you stuff your face around Christmas time. So time to get locked in, you know, time to get rid of the fat boy summer and try and look semi decent. It's always nice when you can rock up to a beach and be self-confident in yourself, isn't it? What's really annoying me still is my shoulder's still absolutely in the bin. Like, it still hurts quite a lot. I have some days where it feels not too bad, and then others I'll try and lift it above my head and it's just like, nah, you know what, there's still definitely something wrong here. So I don't think I can be doing too much in terms of lifting, but cardio base should be absolutely fine. I'm one of them people, put me on a bike, in terms of bicycle, mountain bike, like road bicycle, whatever you want to name them. I can go most of the day, you know, I can just keep pedaling without even feeling it. Same with swimming. I do enjoy swimming quite a lot. I just can't stand running. There's something about it. I absolutely detest it. I did get to a point where, you know, my running form was pretty decent. I could do maybe 7 miles or so without stopping. That was when I was training for a half marathon, like years back. This was just before COVID hit, which ended up getting cancelled because of COVID. But I got myself into an all right place. But still, every single time, even if I saw improvements and I felt good in the moment, the idea of going out on a run was just grim. Right, let's see if I can actually get up and over this bad boy now. Yeet. Oh, we've gone too far. That's fine. I actually downsided a braking bump. I got very, very lucky there. Let's try cutting down to the inside a little bit more here. So even though this track, it looks, and it does feel rough as well, to be fair. It does feel quite brutal. It kicks you about a bunch. And the bike's handling it pretty damn good. I've not got any like super horrible kicks that are just completely like unrecoverable from. But I think he's done a pretty damn good job, especially in terms of the placement of it all. I've got so lucky in that corner a few times now. I will say the track is quite narrow in some places, so if you was to get a full lobby of people going on around here, there'd probably be a little bit of shoulder barging going on. I would be interested to see how close the finish line is to the start, because if they're somewhat close to each other, could be a good track for Limbs. You know, I mean, it's fairly fast paced. There's definitely multiple line options in each corner, as you can see by my my ruts I'm leaving, and it's also rutting up quite nicely. It doesn't seem to be going too quickly. You can feel it, you can see it as well, which is good when you've got like that visual way of looking at the road. You can see where you have and haven't been, and it actually feels like just a pretty damn solid track overall. Now, he did say that he hasn't spent as much time in terms of off-track stuff as he probably would have liked to, which you can see. You know, he could probably do a little bit more in terms of like models or trees and just atmosphere in general, but I mean, that's kind of just trying to get them extra couple of points at the end of the day, isn't it? I mean, we're all here to ride the track itself, and the track is the most important bit. It's only really, if you're looking to something that's like paid track quality, then that's when the visuals as well as the on-track all comes into play. But obviously this is a free track. It's up on MXB Mods, and which I'm sure a lot of you will be very, very happy with. Again, I've so many comments recently of people getting annoyed by me doing paid tracks, and it's like, bro, it's my job. Let me cover the best tracks in the game that are getting released, please. I beg. I'm just a consumer. I like playing them. I'm trying not to get too caught up in that whole thing. I'm just trying to carry on doing what I want to do with the channel, which I think is a very, very important thing. And I think this has been one of the best Januaries I've had so far on the channel. It's my third one now, and I said time and time again, January is very, very difficult for YouTube revenue and things like that, but the streams have been really, really good so far this month, so thank you everyone so much. And obviously where I'm recording this on Monday, I plan on doing a live stream Monday night. I've got a concept for a different kind of elimination races that we can do, so if I did do that, and if you did stop by and enjoyed them, then thank you very, very much. And then I'm not sure what I want to do live stream wise tonight. I just know that I want to do something. I don't have any plans of going out and about for like a meal or anything with family. I'll probably just ask for like a takeaway, something to be fair. I feel like that's usually what me and my brother do when it's our respective birthdays. We just choose what takeaway we like the most, and then that'll probably be my last, I guess, dirty/cheat meal for quite some time, I hope. Really, really sad, but over on Christmas, I asked for a new pan for Christmas, and it's really, really nice. I don't know what it's made out of. It's not the normal like metal pan. I want to say it's more. It's got like a marble effect on it. I don't know the exact material, but oh my god, I cooked in it for the first time today just to do some eggs, and just no sticking whatsoever. I've never seen anything like it. But I've had non-stick pans in the past, and they just don't live up to what they say they're going to do. This one, absolutely incredible. And I'm a man who does like his scrambled eggs in the morning, you know. Put some chicken sausages, because, you know, low in calories, high in protein. Chicken sausages and some scrambled egg, and you got yourself a nice low calorie, high protein meal, which is always good when you're trying to lose a bit of body weight. It's been really, really nice over the last, like, 2 years or so, just watching Minotaur's tracks just kind of progress each time that he makes something. I think now he's to the point now where the tracks, they always flow really, really nicely. The on-track visuals are a lot more on point as well, at least in terms of my personal preference. I do prefer like the lighter coloured tracks in general. They flow well, he's got a good idea of the roughness as well, and it's just nice. I mean, I always love seeing people progress when it comes to track building. I'm one and done. I can't see myself making another track at this point unless I get very, very, very bored. It's a lot to dive into, you know, and the people that are good at it, they're really, really good at it. If you've never made a track, you probably have no idea of how much time and effort that it takes, which, to be fair, is probably why a lot of people moan about the whole paid track concept in general. But I'm a firm believer of, if you're good at something, then never do it for free. You know, if you can get something out of it, then by all means. And like, these people spend literal like weeks of their lives making content for us. And you can always approach it as, you know, don't do it if you don't enjoy doing it, or don't do it if you wouldn't do it for free anyway. But I feel like it's one of the things where if they're gonna do it regardless, and it is like super high quality, then why not get a couple of dollars out of your work? I'm all for it. I'll back the boys, especially since I made one of my own and I saw just how much time and effort it does take. And even if you do put in that same amount of time and effort, there's no guarantee that you end up with the right result. You do still have to be skilled and talented at what you do. And this year, 2024, I genuinely can see being by far the best year for tracks in MX Bikes history. But outside of the actual main series, so Supercross tracks so far, I've really enjoyed, especially now that there's been some rough added to them. Big fan of that. The GPs should be absolutely insane. We're getting, I think it's 10 MX GP rounds, and then I guess they're doing the full maybe 12 rounds of the AMA outdoor season. We shall see. That's yet to be, I guess, it said. I've not seen any information about it yet. But when you've got JV, Hell Machine, and Stone all working on the tracks together, it's a recipe for success, isn't it? I can't see that going wrong at all. And I like it. I'm hoping they make the tracks a bit more difficult this year, just because of how capable the bikes are now. Wink wink. Might have to slide into JV's DMs a little bit, see if he's up for that. Because I really liked his new Glen Helen track. I liked how rough it was. I liked that it made you slow down, going down some of the hills. You couldn't just hit it wide open everywhere. And I'd like to see that kind of transferred over to the quote-unquote pro racing scene. I mean, we are meant to be the best players at the game. I mean, it would make sense if we raced on really difficult tracks to get around, so we had to take our time a little bit. But this year, I think outside of the paid series, I think we're just going to get such good tracks in general. I mean, there's so much more information out there now for track creators, and like people offering their advice and their tips on how to get started, how to improve. Really cool, and I love it. Best year, I think, for the community this year is going to be. The game is just exponentially growing at this point as well. I think that's quite evident by how the first 2 rounds of Supercross have gone live stream wise. We've had over 1,000 people. That's obviously going to drop off a bit now. It stuff like that always happens, you know. By the end of the season, we'll probably be at half of where we was at the start, but that's just due to Supercross hype slowly dying. But it's been nuts. You know, we've never seen stuff like this. I mean, Troy's putting in insane numbers as well. I'm sure if Reaper Doc wasn't off touring the world at the moment, getting to watch it all in person, his numbers would be going crazy. So it's really good to see everyone growing together, and I just don't want it to stop anytime soon, is basically the gist of that. What is going to stop, though, unfortunately, is going to be this video. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I can catch you all later for the live stream. And if you did enjoy it, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm always very appreciative of that. And have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you guys are up to. And I'll catch you all next time. Peace.
I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing my life, I'm sacrificing my mind, I'm sacrificing my sanity, but most importantly, I'm sacrificing my time. Boy, I feel fine, I feel like I am a king. Honestly, I can't complain, even with faith that's the size of a grain of some salt, I will still move a mountain and do what I want. I got salt to beat with